Hey, here's a pro tip. Make sure your junk is charged before you get out on a ride. That's important. Well, good morning, even though for me it's the afternoon. I'm glad you joined us again this week. I got an orthodontist appointment. I'm gonna go try to get my teeth fixed, get my mouth straightened out. Look at these guys out in the middle of the road yanking their dog around like a couple of yahoos. But I'm gonna get I got a what's it called? Consultation. We're gonna talk about my mouth and what they can do with my mouth. Yeah, I mean, I've got an issue on the right side. My incisors are kind of wonky, and what really bothers me about it is it feels like the gums on that side are getting really thin. I don't really want my teeth to fall out because they're getting pushed out. So we're gonna look at some stuff. I don't know if I'll get braces or the Invisalign. My oldest boy has Invisalign. The biggest problem with those is you have to take them out and rinse them out and brush your teeth every time you eat or drink anything that's not water. And I drink a lot of coffee, so we'll see how that goes. I thought I had recorded this one the other day, but I had not because the battery had run out. I wanted to add another hashtag support video out there, keep that hashtag support going. This one came to me, I was talking to my kids about something, I don't remember what it was, and then I just had a kind of an epiphany, the light bulb went off, and I was thinking, oh, yeah. You see, as a parent, I want my kids to have the best opportunities given to them, or afforded to them, not given to them. I want them, but I want to be able to tell my kids, hey, if that's something you want to do, let's look into it and go from there. I don't want to tell them, oh no, we can't do that because we don't have the money, or I don't want you to do that, or whatever. And looking back on my own life, my parents didn't really support a lot of the things that my brother and I wanted to do unless it benefited my parents. Like, I wanted to play sports, I want to play athletics. I did play in the band, but anytime we had a game or a concert or whatever, I was always the last one to get picked up. We lived about 15 miles out away from school, out in the country, and we didn't have cell phones back then, so I'd have to wait in line and call my parents, collect, so that way they know I'm back, and then it'd take them. It was about a 15 to 20 minute drive, but I don't think they always just got up and left. I think they did whatever, and so a lot of times I'd be the last one in the parking lot waiting. And thinking back on it, I feel like my parents didn't want me to do stuff because it meant that they had to, one, spend money, or two, cart me around. And I know with my kids, I spend a lot of time taking them to and from wherever it is they need to go. Not always fun. It can really put a damper on things that I want to do. Like right now, my oldest boy is in the mountain biking club at school, so a lot of the Saturdays are taken up because he has to be up there for practice at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then they go until noon. That can be a little bit of a hassle if I want to do something in the morning on a Saturday or whatever. But I would rather him be able to do whatever it is he's looking to do than say, oh no, you can't do that because daddy's got to go do this. So, but now with my wife having weekends off, it really clears a lot of things up, a lot of weekends. Ooh, that's a pretty green. I like that green. It's not much of a problem anymore. But it got to me, I got to thinking about my childhood and some of the hopes and dreams that I wanted to do. I remember when I was about 14 or 15, I wanted a camera because I wanted to do photography, and I wanted a nice camera to, like a at the time it would have been an SLR because DSLRs didn't exist. But, a nice film camera with nice lenses so I could take pictures. I mean, we had a 110, but there's not a lot you can do with that. There's not a lot of excitement there. But I never got the camera. I don't know if it's because I didn't ask or my parents. I don't remember what the deal was, but I knew I wanted a camera. I may have said something to my mom, and she just kind of like, nah. So I kind of gave up on photography for the most part. We watched a lot of comedy, a lot of sitcoms and comedy stuff when I was a kid, and I came across Barry Sobel, and he did this thing where he'd basically kind of do a parody of the Beastie Boys.
I'm not the Beastie Boys, I'm not Run DMC.
And he was funny, and he had rap, and those are two things that I was really into, and so I'm going to be a comedian. I want to be a comedian, and I made a joke one time that fell flat, and somebody said, I hope you don't plan on being a comedian. My response was, oh, no, I'm not. And so I kind of put that behind me. Like, I just didn't put it. The other part of that is I lived down in the country, and there wasn't really any place to get mentored into stand-up comedy or to actually perform it. I mean, there wasn't just I gave up, but there was other factors involved. If I wanted to get involved in comedy, I would have had to drive to Austin, which was an hour away, and at that time I would have had to have my parents take me, and I couldn't get them to take me anywhere. If I couldn't get there on my bike, I probably wasn't going. So that was that. It seemed like there was a couple other things that I wanted to do, I would have liked to have been involved in, but I just didn't because my parents didn't back me. Or I let somebody talk me out of whatever it is I was doing. So it got me thinking about the whole thing, and I know this is a long, rambling, full circle kind of deal, but I thought, hey kids, don't let anybody ever tell you no. Not so much like don't let them tell you no, but rather if you have something that you want to do, don't let anybody talk you out of doing that. If you can't find anybody to share in your passion for what it is you're doing, then find somebody else. I know that's my biggest problem. I enjoy doing a lot of things, but I lose interest because no one really backs me on it. And it's not that I want them to do it with me, although that's fun, but hey, yeah, that's really cool. And that's one of the things about the hashtag support that I like, is that every week I can guarantee you on about 10 comments that just say, hey, great video, like this, like what you're doing, keep it up, hashtag support. It's really doing the job. And so just, even if I don't feel that I put the best video out that week, having somebody say, hey, I really like this video, I like this part of this video, or I like this, or whatever it is that's going on, it really encourages me and keeps me going. So the whole point of this little rambling, whatever it is that you call this, that I just did, the whole point is, don't let your dreams be dreams. If you have a passion for something, if you have something you want to do, but you just can't figure out how to make it happen, find the people that can help you make that happen. And it's work. It's not going to be easy. I mean, if whatever it is you're wanting to do is easy, then everybody would be doing it, right? Because that's what everybody does. If it was easy to do stand-up comedy, everybody would be doing stand-up comedy. If it was easy to be a photographer, everybody would be a photographer. I mean, case in point, on the internet, it's easy to be hateful on the internet. It's easy to say mean and hateful things. That's why everybody does it. And so when it comes to hashtag support, whatever it is you want to do it. Do it. I mean, we've got this community of motovloggers that are really into making sure we all do the best that we can. And everybody's been real nice, real cordial about everything. There was one person that I guess I have to call him a hater because he wasn't down with the support for whatever reason. I won't go into that. Hopefully he's still around and he's on board because he has some good stuff. But being supportive doesn't necessarily mean be a yes man. You've got to be able to take criticism, and as long as everybody knows that everybody's coming from the same place, and a criticism doesn't mean I don't like what you're doing. A criticism is like, hey, you did pretty good, but maybe you should try this, or maybe you should try that. That's what I'm in for. if somebody wants to give me some pointers, some tips, some criticism, hey, do this, hey, don't do that, then I'm all for it, because I know most of the people that I'm involved with, or actually all the people that I'm involved with when it comes to motovlogging, are about motovlogging, and they're into whatever it is, and they don't have any preferences when it comes to motorcycle types or video types. They're just in it. I very rarely come across anybody that just speaks hate about whatever it is somebody's doing. And maybe maybe there are people like that, but they're smart enough to not post it online or say anything untoward towards their fellow motovloggers. Yeah, there's a long way of saying, don't let your dreams be dreams. Find what it is you want to do and figure out how to make that happen. And if you got somebody that's not letting you make that happen, get rid of them. You don't need that person in your life. Get the haters out of your life, but pay attention to what they're saying, because there might be some truth in what they're saying. They just don't know how to say it. Not everybody who tells you something you don't want to hear is a hater, per se. Sometimes they just don't know how to express that in a manner which it comes across as helpful. All right. I think that's enough rambling for today. Let's do texting and riding. Whatever, dude.